Hi everybody, welcome to our Voice Roundtable recap. I'm David Komer.
I'm Carol Brown.
And I'm Andrea Blum.
We're talking knockout rounds, and I was really surprised that we actually got through the knockout rounds in 1 week of shows. They really didn't mess around as far as time, and we pretty much got to drive right through them. So without further ado, we ended up on Monday, we began with the knockout rounds, and it was, they started off with Team Adam, and they pitted two singers up against each other, cutting the field from 10 to 5 for each coach. And Adam started off with Kayla Navarro against the steal from Christina, Jocelyn Rivera. Kayla did Shark in the Water, Jocelyn Rivera did Live on Top by Beyonce. Jocelyn ends up winning. I pretty much agreed with it all the way, although I have a soft spot for Jocelyn because I thought she got the short shrift from Christina to begin with. I thought Jocelyn was better. What do you guys think?
I liked both of them. I thought Jocelyn was a little better, and that is a hard song to sing. That it's crazy hard. So yeah, she did a great job with it, and I thought she should have gone through.
I chose Jocelyn too, but I have to say of all the what I would call quirky little female singers that we had this year, Kayla was a little bit quirky, and I liked her, but I picked Jocelyn in that battle.
Okay. Well, then moving on, we had Joe Kirkland singing "Mean" by Taylor Swift, kind of weird for the rocker guy, who reminded Christina of Billy Joe Armstrong. Then you had Brian Keith from the musical background with a famous father, singing "Everything I Do It For You," the Cheesecake Delight from Bryan Adams, the early 90s, Robin Hood soundtrack, Prince of Thieves.
Sang it like every wedding that summer that I went to, I think.
God,
yeah.
every high school dance. It was like a virus. Well, in any event, Joe got really hurt, I thought, by the Taylor Swift pick. And then Brian ends up being the choice. I know he's been your guy from way back, Carol. What'd you think?
I still like him.
Yeah.
I found it interesting. I kind of liked what Joe did with that song. But Brian
yeah.
was the guy for sure.
I know, it wasn't terrible. I just thought he kind of missed the mark.
Yeah.
It's a Taylor Swift song. I'll leave it at that.
Oh yeah, you mean like probably 20 people collaborated writing it?
Yeah.
And she gets to throw her name on it and get to tour like it's her thing, and she actually
Right.
accomplished something?
But
Okay,
I just
never
thought,
mind.
Joe, he had a good voice, but to me, he just sounded like the lead singer of like multiple bands. Like you could go see him anywhere, nothing kind of stood out for me. And Brian has that kind of gritty, sort of soulful voice that just wins me over every time. He just stood out more to me. So, yeah, I was for him.
Okay, well, moving on, we got Amanda Brown, the steal off of Team CeeLo, who I think we all have a soft spot for. She sang Paris by Grace Potter and the Nocturnals, going against Michelle Brooks Thompson, who sang Spotlight by Jennifer Hudson. And what do you think? I think, Amanda ends up taking it by doing a rock song, which is kind of different for her.
Yeah, interesting.
It was different. I picked Michelle though, and Adam told her to have a moment. I thought she did.
Yeah.
I thought she did everything that he suggested, but.
Yeah, I picked Michelle too. I thought that was a mellow song for her, but I thought it was pretty powerful, and I thought that Amanda, she had more stage presence, I think, and she just looked a little bit more like a seasoned performer, so that might have, been to her credit, but, I thought Michelle kind of had more depth to her voice and just more kind of color, and her voice just resonated with me more, even though Amanda is also dynamite. It was a tough matchup.
It was.
Yeah.
Moving on, we had our first upset special of the show, Lauren Allred going against Nicole Nelson. Lauren did "I'm No Good" by Amy Winehouse. Nicole Nelson ends up performing "If I Ain't Got You" by Alicia Keys. And Lauren ends up taking it, and I think she had a jaw-dropping performance in a lot of ways, and it was jaw-dropping to see Nicole Nelson go home too.
I thought Nicole took it, hands down. I really did. Again, I thought it was no contest. I really thought Nicole was that good. It seemed like the judges were rewarding Lauren for being most improved.
Mm-hmm. They did say that.
Again,
Yeah.
the good ones are
Yeah.
getting let go.
Well, I thought Nicole, she's been kind of steady throughout, and she gave good performance throughout, and Lauren just had like a knockout performance with this, which Amy Winehouse, hard to tackle. She had a legendary voice, and Lauren really did knock it out of the park. I was surprised when I heard she was going to sing this. I thought, oh, you can't do that. But to me, Amy Winehouse is, you know how they always say, don't sing Mariah, don't sing Whitney. To me, Amy Winehouse is like, you can't touch her voice. But so I think she got rewarded for her kind of breakthrough performance that she had in that one instance.
Well, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't seen a whole lot of Lauren already leading up to this.
No.
But she was one of the people who've been glossed over.
Probably.
Was almost being kind of like a led to a lamb to a slaughter on this.
Yeah.
And I have such a soft spot for Nicole Nelson. That's amazing. I love her. But again, I can't really argue with the call. I thought they were both good, but Lauren, maybe because Lauren just shocked people a little more because she did so well. Moving on, Melanie Martinez sang Bulletproof, going against the soulful crooner Sam James, singing Walking in Memphis by Mark Cohn. And Melanie ends up beating Sam. I thought this was a close call. And you okay? Let's just say I believe the hate has gone too far on Melanie Martinez, and I'm just going to throw it down right now. These two have it out for her, so just know this, okay? And let me just say, I didn't think Melanie did she gets beat up a lot on this program for the whisper stuff. I think she really belted a little, and you got to hear her voice a little. But apparently, you guys just savaged this pick, and I'll sit back.
How can you tell?
Weak. And I like how Adam's making excuses for her breathiness, nerves.
I mean, when he says the breathy, you know.
She's been doing the breathy the whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, Sam outsang her.
Yeah, he did. And I mean, he's another one of those, you know, soulful guys who, you know, there's a few on this show, but I just haven't been impressed with Melanie from the start. I just think she's weak. She doesn't have power. She's very affected. To me, that's the most thing is her voice is so affected. And it's like almost a put on, I think. It's like, do you really sound like that, or are you just trying to kind of bend the notes and just, you know, kind of make your voice stand out, but it doesn't stand out for me in a good way.
I like to hear more from Sam in terms of just different styles.
Right.
I thought this was kind of his sweet spot a little too much.
If he's a one-trick pony, then he's not going to last.
Dude, just sing Blues Traveler the rest of your life, you know? I mean, seriously. So one of his previous songs, he did do something different. I can't remember exactly, but it really interested me. And one thing that's kind of a concern moving forward, in a lot of these matchups, we saw the younger person move on just because of the upside potential in sports terminology. That's kind of a little bit of a concern for me because it almost throws out the whole premise of the show to begin with.
Thank you.
Exactly.
When
They're
you don't have
the most commercial
Right.
ones.
right, like there's
Instead
that
of
line
the
by
voice.
CeeLo. I'm going to pick this like I'm an A&R executive. Remember that?
Yep.
It's like, dude, shelve that crap. I don't
Right.
want you to be like that. That flies in the face of the whole point of this.